Hi, how are you? Welcome. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. Let's see if I can find my video. I've got a new file that I just got. It says apple cider season on it. We're going to do a fun little hanging. My thing said that my thing was paused, so hopefully it didn't pause on your end. I don't know. Alright, let me find my video, and then we're going to go. Also, I feel like this is not bright. There it goes. Okay, sorry. Normally I'm a little more put together. Slightly, only a little. Okay, this is cherry paste. We're going to paint some of these pieces. So, this has the words apple cider season and then fresh pressed 25 cents per cup, okay? So, all of the words are going to be cherry. And whenever you comment the word apple, you'll get the link to get all the goodies, okay? Let's see if I can do it. Here we go. Okay. Hi, Melanie. How are you, love? Welcome. Thank you so much for joining me. All right. Here we are. Now, I'm just using my little makeup sponge. I had my cherry paste here. It was a little bit dry, so I added some water to it. I used my multi-tool and stirred it up really well and brought it pretty well back to life. I mean, I scraped all the edges that were a little dry and did a little magic on it. So it's not looking half bad now. I mean, it was to the point that I could have thrown it away. So if you come to the point where your paste is dried out, make sure that you use distilled water. Okay, spray a little bit in at a time. Don't overdo it. And stir really well. Hey, Joanne. Hi, Stephanie. How are you, ladies? Welcome. Just stir it really good, and that should help bring it back to life, okay? And just know that this stuff it's paste. So over time, it will dry up once you've opened it, especially if you're like me, you sit here with it open while you're painting just like this, and it's going to dry a little faster. All right, so for my apples, I'm going to try and be careful here because I don't want to get the stems. It's a dangerous game that we play here every night, trying to be careful while I paint. I'm sure all of you are like, oh my gosh, she's freaking painting like a mad woman again. Yeah, it's me. Hello. Have we met? Making a mess is usually the name of the game. All right. I do have my tape down. Okay. And I'm trying my best. Now, I may need a little detail brush to get in there, okay? I didn't go all the way up on that one because I have this one that goes in the center, this cutout. And hopefully y'all can see. Okay. And then there's some little leaf cutouts too, so I'm not super worried about the leaf parts. Just trying to get around that stem. And we're going to use the Dixie Belle stuff tonight again, the gel stain. I love this stuff, and I can't seem to get enough of it. So, I'm thinking that looks pretty good for now. I'm going to set this over here to the side. I'm going to close this now that I've gotten it. Hey, Diane, welcome. Now that I've gotten it pretty well, clean myself up a little bit and move on with the day. So, today is probably the last day to grab the color of the month Orion. So, this is pesto, by the way. So, if you haven't gotten it yet, go ahead and grab it, okay? And you can get it whenever I send you the link, whenever you comment apple. The cart link that I made has it in there, okay, but I don't know how long it's going to last. They predicted that it was going to go out of stock today, and it was still there a few minutes ago before I started my live. So sometimes I start my live and then it's gone by the time I finish. So hopefully you can grab it. Hey, Dee Dee, how are you? Chris is great. Dozer is a crazy person. It's been storming here really bad. And Dozer insists that he needs to go outside after the rain. And I get it, okay? He's a dog. He needs to go potty, right? But he acts like a nut. He goes and he runs, and him and my daughter's dog, who's here right now, run around that yard. Oh, my roof's not good. We have the inspector coming tomorrow. I'm going to just use one of these little brushes. And I'm also going to grab a couple of color trays, okay? Just a color tray like this. I'm going to fill it. I'll put it here so y'all can see. Okay, here we go. Hi Suzanne, how are you, love? Welcome. Okay, so this one is called Au Naturel, okay? Hopefully this is going to be enough of a stain. It's just like a light brown, okay? Like a tan. It's really not doing much, but that's okay. We're going to paint it on these trim pieces for our basket. I thought I painted that apple just now, but I didn't. Thank goodness. I could probably have left them with as much good this did, but hopefully it'll pop against the dark brown. Okay, I'm going to hold on to this because I might go back and do a little bit more. Now, the shining star of the night is this Tobacco Road, is what it's called. And I don't know why I pronounced it like that, because I was trying to say it and read it at the same time. Hey, Laura. Hi, Bev. How are you? So I'm going to just dip right into that. I didn't mix any water or anything, okay? And I'm not doing this. I don't know why I acted like I was. Maybe I will. I don't know. We'll see. I'm going to paint the whole round, okay? And this is a stain. So you can go dark, or you can lighten it up a little bit by letting it run out. I'm going to go dark. Okay? And what I'm thinking I might do is I might mix a little bit of the Tobacco Road with the Au Naturel and just mix it up a little bit, you know? Alright. So, I love these little foam brushes. I bought them in bulk on Amazon this last time that I placed an Amazon order. And these are a little bit better quality than the Dollar Tree ones. I do like the Dollar Tree ones because they're cheap. But it's hard to paint a larger surface with those. I don't know if y'all ever use those, but they kind of fall apart. The foam head on them gets funky. It breaks apart, sort of. Okay, so there's that. Now I'm going to try and smooth this out a little bit so that there's not brush strokes. And I'm not painting the middle because we're going to cover that anyway, so who cares about it, right? Now, I'm probably going to do another coat of that, but I'm thinking, you know what happens when I get to thinking? It's never good. But I'm thinking I kind of want to mix this and see what I can do. Oh, yeah. Oh, that's an idea. Okay, so I just dipped right into the darker one, okay, and then just dipped a little bit into the lighter one to give it a little bit of a mix so that it's a different color. Now, I'm tempted to just give those just a little bit. I don't want them to be too light or have too much dark on them on these, but just give them a little brush, okay? All right. I'm liking that. Now, and I screwed up and just used my brush from, dang it. Y'all, I'm messing up, okay? I don't know what to tell you. Here we go. Using another one. Isn't it cute? I love this shirt. And Chris is insisting that it's his shirt. He got home from work earlier and he said, excuse me, you're wearing my shirt. And I'm really surprised that he likes this one that much, so I guess I gotta make him one too. It's cute. What can I say? And I love that it glows in the dark. I just love that they came out with the glow in the dark ink. So I'm just going over this one more time. Now, this is all scored, so you can see where all the pieces go, which is awesome. Because if it were up to me, I'd be putting the letters on all cockeyed. So, I'm happy to have it scored. So then I don't have to guess. I don't try to center things, anything like that. Okay. Now, I do have a couple of stems here that I need to paint too, so let's not forget about that, because I'm going to look at it in a minute and be like, dang it! And I'll have forgotten. Let's see. So we got a new alarm system recently, y'all, and the doorbell that it came with, it's like one of those Ring doorbells, but it's not a Ring doorbell. It doesn't connect to my doorbell in my house. And so every time anyone rings the doorbell, the dogs just go berserk because they see someone at the door. I'm in my office not paying attention to anything. It does alert on my phone, but I don't look at my phone all day, most days. I'm not just sitting there on my phone. I'm on my computer working. Okay, so there's my stain. I'm going to let that simmer for a minute over here. Okay, get all this stuff out of my way. Anywho, so I contacted the company last night. Y'all, what did I tell you was going to happen? That I was going to completely space that I needed to do these dang things. And here I am. Exactly what I said was going to happen. I was going to forget. Anywho, so I contacted the company last night and I asked them, hey, what's up with the doorbell thing? Like, I can't hear my doorbell chiming. This is annoying. I don't know what's happening. And they're like, oh, well, our system isn't compatible with your doorbell that was installed with your house. And I'm like, oh, well, that's dumb. I wish the guy would have told me that. Or given me the option, like, hey, there's an adapter that you can use that's like an external doorbell that will ring the doorbell. And so the guy came back out today and installed that. $60, y'all. Like, I feel like I'm just like, I don't know how I'm surviving in this world, honestly. Just like, la-ti-da, $60. These people are gonna $60 me to death, okay? Hi, Sandy. How are ya? Alright, let's try this real fast. Get all these pieces picked up, and then we'll get on to the real star of the show, which is the background for this round, and putting this baby together. I'm doing fabulous. Everything is good. We also got new internet yesterday installed finally, and that's also awesome. It's super fast. And apparently I found out that the reason we lost internet during the storm, during the hurricane, was because when the power goes out, our internet provider can't provide us internet because theirs is based on, it's not fiber, which I didn't know that. I thought we had fiber. I had no idea. Because what do I know? And so, I'm glad we switched to the company that we switched to. And y'all, they were frightened. I called today to cancel our old service, and they were trying to get me to stay. I mean, they offered me 3 free months. They offered me cash back. They offered me the moon and sun and stars. And I told them, I cannot keep you because I cannot have the internet go out every time my power goes out. Like, I just can't. If I didn't work from home, it wouldn't be that big of a deal, but I cannot live like this, okay, y'all? I spent so many hours in my car during the hurricane, or after the hurricane, working in my car because I had no internet at home. I cannot live like that. I told that lady, like, call me whenever y'all have when you have a better option where I can not have to worry about the power going out. And she said, we will do that. I'm like, okay, cool. But I had to get through 2 people to be able to cancel my service. And like all kinds of spiels. When I didn't accept the first round, then they sent me to the big guns. And she offered me 3 free months and all this money. And I'm like, I don't want that. I want dependable service. Because if I stay with you for 3 months, it's possible that we're going to lose power again. Thank you, Linda. Isn't it super cute? You can go watch the video from last night and see how I did it with the glow-in-the-dark ink. I love this shirt. Chris loves it too. We're going to fight over it, I'm sure. So I'm going to have to make him one so that he'll get off of my shirt. Okay. Now, I'm going to make sure this is really, really dry before we move on, because we're going to have to put that transfer on it. And it's still feeling a little damp in some places, right here particularly, I see. I love this stain though. Have you used it yet? If you have, let me know. I would love to see your projects too. You're welcome to post them in my VIP group. Yeah, the glow-in-the-dark ink is pretty awesome. And it glows really good. I took a really bad picture of it last night after I finished my project. Like, I went in my bedroom and just turned off the lights and took a quick picture. Obviously, it was in the dark, so the picture wasn't great. But it's so fun. I love it. I can't wait. And what's going to happen is I'm going to forget that it's glow-in-the-dark. We're going to wax. And I'm going to go out somewhere and I'm going to be walking around in the dark and it's going to be glowing. And I'm really excited for that. Okay. Now, I'm going to just wax around where my stain is. Okay. I'm not using a ton. But I am going to wax well because I don't want to pull up my... It's stained, but I don't want to pull it up, okay? Whenever I pull up the transfer. And the transfer we're using is brand new, so I don't want to test it. Now, we used moss and we used cherry so far. We're about to use Shimmer Harvest here in just a second. Try and get this off of here. Oh, and let me show you this. What is this transfer? Fall Favorite Patterns. Okay, it's the one with the sunflowers, which I hope that y'all have seen this one. We're going to use that soon. There's a couple of just dot designs, which I love. And then we're going to use the fall foliage. Okay? And hopefully, I think this is going to look great. I have a vision. Usually, my vision sometimes fails me, but I think it's going to be good. It's funny because I try to tell my mom, we don't really do it as much as we used to, but we used to sit on the phone and I would go through projects, especially whenever I first started chalk. I would tell her about the projects that I'm planning, right? And she would get so confused. Like, I don't understand how this is going to look. And then I do the project and she would be like, oh my gosh, that is really cool. All right. So, yeah, I miss those days of whenever I first started chalk. Now, this is a repeatable pattern, but it's too big, obviously. This is a 10.5 inch round. Okay, this is. And it's not going to fit on the whole round. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take it and I'm going to do this side first, and then we're going to work our way around, okay? I'm going to try not to put down too much paste because I want to reuse it. I don't want to... Oh, okay. I thought I had something under there, but it was just the stain. I don't want to have to clean it in between, okay? All right, here we go. So this is Shimmer Harvest. This jar, it's been upside down in my drawer, so that's why it's all poofy, but love this color. It's so perfect. And it's just a touch of the yellow with the orange. It's such a great fall color. I love it. And I actually like to use it for more than just fall. But I use it. Oh, I don't need to do the center. My goodness. Okay. So, yeah, we're not going to do... Well, I'll do part of the center, I guess. Just to make it look like the pattern doesn't just stop. Okay. But it's going to be an illusion. Oh, there's little mushrooms on here too. I love that. I love little mushrooms in my decor. Alright. And apparently they're super trendy right now. I don't know if y'all know that or not, but I know there's heavy opinions for and against mushrooms in decor. I say they're a yay, but a lot of people think they're a nay, and that's fine. Okay, so I definitely want to get the edges of my design so that I can match it up, okay? And I can make sure that it's going to match up perfectly. I am also scraping up my paste off of my transfer to make sure that I don't leave a bunch behind. Okay, so it's very light. And I think I'm going to need to go a little bit more heavy-handed with my paste on the next part, but we will do that. It might just be that part of the design. I'm unsure. We're going to do that, and then we'll come back. I'm trying to, oh, I see where it lines up. Okay. Now, that's dry. So I'm going to just take this, and remember, it lines right up. So you can see on this design exactly where that comes in. And now it doesn't have to be precisely perfect. I mean, I would like it to be, but it doesn't have to be, because this part is going to get covered, so it's not going to be like, the pattern's not going to continue, okay, all the way over. Now, I'm going to go a little more heavy-handed this time on my paste. See if that makes a difference. These lines are really fine though, which I like that a lot, that it's a fine design, okay? So it's not going to be super, like, it's not going to take all of the attention away from the round, okay? It'll just add a little something, some pine cones and stuff in the background, and some leaves. Hi, Alma. How are you, love? Yeah, Shimmer Harvest is a great color. If you don't have it in your arsenal, definitely grab it. I love it. And it works for year-round, personally. Okay, that's my opinion. Let's see. So, I'm trying to figure out where this lines up. Hold on. Sorry, y'all. I'm about to just go for it and get in there with something. Okay? Because it's not going to super matter. I'm struggling though to see how it lines up again, but that's okay. I'm going to put it down just like that. And then, because again, the center part doesn't matter. This basket's going to cover up in the middle. So, that part doesn't have to be perfect. I just want it all the way around to have a good fall pattern. And like I said, I'm trying to go a little more heavy-handed to make sure that we get nice crisp lines. There we go. Alright, so I'm going to put that down there. Let's clean up a little bit. Yes, it's glow in the dark. I did white ink first and then glow in the dark. I heat set it and then I did glow in the dark over that. And it does glow really nice. So it's fun. And I did kind of go over the line a little bit on the little ghost, but it gives him like a ghosty effect, and you can't tell unless if you're like up in my beeswax, and Hopefully no one's going to be up in my beeswax. Dozer's about the only one. Chris sometimes too is all up in my beeswax. Alright. So I'm liking this pattern a lot on here. I think this is perfect. But you could obviously pick from all 4 of them and use them on different things. Okay? But they're a great background. So, and that Shimmer Harvest looks really good on this brown background. Alright, so let's start piecing this thing together. So again, all of the lines are scored on this, so you don't have to guess where stuff goes. I'm going to do like I always do and place everything first. And then, oh, I like that. Adding that little touch, y'all. Just that little couple of brushes on there. That is perfection, I swear. Sometimes I amaze myself whenever I think of things, on the fly especially. Alright, here we go. I'm doing great, Donna. Welcome. Thank you so much for joining me. Alright, now, I was a little confused a minute ago about these leaves, but I think I got it. So there's 2 smaller leaves and 1 bigger leaf for the little bigger apple, okay? It's not complicated. I made it out to be a lot more complicated when I was trying to put it, set it up earlier so that I could figure out how this thing goes. I always like to put all the pieces on before I come to a live, to make sure I understand how the thing goes together. And if it's complicated, which this one really is not, I can figure it out before I go on the internet in front of people and claim to know how to do something and then not know how to do it. Oh my gosh, this looks great. I'm loving this background. It is so pretty. Now, be careful pulling these letters off this tape. Y'all have seen me destroy letters too many times, okay? You should learn from my mistakes. Let me pull this down here so that I can. Now, if you kind of bend the tape a little bit, it'll be much easier. Fresh pressed apple cider. How cute. I want some apple cider, y'all. Like, immediately. And I found out today that so my company that I work for is basically like, we have refineries pretty much, okay? They had a little celebration luncheon today, which obviously was not at because I'm at home right now, but they had a lunch that was catered and snow cones, which I am super jealous about. I need to go find a snow cone stand near me. So I'm going to be on the hunt for one this weekend. Because I need a coconut cream snow cone in my life, like, bad. So in my old neighborhood, whenever I used to live in Houston, before I moved to Tennessee, there was always a snow cone stand outside of my neighborhood. And I would take the kids there and pretend like I was treating them to a snow cone, but it was really because Miss Pammy wanted a snow cone. Okay? Or Mom wanted a snow cone. This looks amazing. I'm loving the background. It's not too much. And it looks like it's etched. I love it. Okay, we're going to use Stick Fast. We're going to try our best to not stick ourselves to something tonight. Okay? Just pray for me. Just a little bit goes a long way. Okay? Just a dab. That's all you need. Okay? And then make sure it's lined up. Oops. Even that was a little too much. So just the tiniest spot. Okay? And if you've ever glued yourself, if you have been victimized by Stick Fast sticking you to yourself or something else, comment in the comments and tell me what you stuck yourself to. I've obviously stuck myself, y'all have seen me do it, to cutouts, to my own self, to the actual jar, to the lid. Okay. These are, I'm not joking. Okay, this is serious business. So Just use a little. I promise you, it's going to stick. It's going to stick good. And it does dry clear, so if you do use a little too much and it seeps out, you won't see it. So thank goodness for that. Okay. Now we're going to go in with the stick fast on the apple, and again, just a little. Okay, I probably used too much there, but that's my MO. That's what I do. Okay, is use too much, do too much. Okay, I'm actually gonna write onto my surface here. I'm gonna move this down a little bit so that I can line this baby up. There we go. Okay, stick that on there. And then I'm going to stick this one on here. Okay, I'm going to use a little bit more for this bad boy. Hopefully that wasn't too much. And then I'm going to butt it right up to my apples. Y'all, this is cute. I'm loving it. So, yeah, you can get this on my Etsy shop. This one is 10 inches. Okay, I offer them from 10 to 20 inches. You can get a giant round. A 20-inch round is enormous, okay? If you didn't know, I'm telling you. I've only cut like 1 or 2 of them before. And I never know, you know, like the monstrosity of things until I actually have to do it. But I think I cut an order with 2 20-inch rounds one time, and it was giant. And I wonder sometimes if my customer, I assume she was happy with them, but did she realize how big a 20-inch round was? And what kind of massive front door do you have to have? Well, I guess you could hang it in your, like, in your house too, but like, I mean, I'm just thinking like, wow, lady, that is something to behold. I'm sure it went to a beautiful home. Okay, now for these letters, I'm just going to like dot a little tiniest bit, okay? Don't go crazy. Don't get yourself victimized by stick fast. And if you didn't know, if you get it on your skin, it doesn't just wash off, okay? That's unfortunate, but you can use a little sandpaper or a emery board and just file yourself or sand yourself down, okay? Sand your hands and it'll come off. Now, again, you can comment the word apple to get all the stuff that I'm using, okay? The transfer and everything. Don't forget, make sure that you get your color of the month before it sells out, which will probably be today or tonight if it's not sold out already. Here we go. We're almost there, okay? I know this is nerve-wracking, but here we are. Okay. If I could hold on to it, that'd be good. Hey, Gwen. How are you, love? Welcome. Let me make sure that's right. Okay. I flipped it upside down and everything. Thank you, Stephanie. I appreciate the confidence. I got a little bit of butterfingers. Oh, no. Here we go. That's the first stick. Okay. And then what happens is I go to wipe it off on my baby wipe that I have sitting over here. And then I stick myself to the baby wipe. So that was one of the things I didn't list earlier that I've been stuck to as a baby wipe. And that's fun because it like comes off and like it's kind of gross. Because it's kind of like a tissuey fabric, you know. But this stuff sticks like the devil, okay? It does not let go. So that's why I love it. There we go. Okay, my little 25 cents here. Wish there was a way for these letters to be attached to, or the numbers to be attached to each other, because, oh, goodness. That's a bit difficult to place, but I got it. Okay, last piece, and then I'm going to put a little hanger on it, and then we'll call it a day. But I think this is a winner, because this guy is a cutie. I'm loving this thing. All right, make sure you put your lid on your stick fast, or it will spill on your desk or your whatever, your surface you're working on, and ruin your good day. Okay, so don't let that happen. And then we are going to thread this through. Isn't it pretty? I'm glad you like it. It's perfect, I think. All right, I want to keep this kind of short, like that length probably is good, maybe a little shorter even. So I'm going to just tie a little knot back here. I'm not even going to double knot this. I'm just going to do a single knot, and I'm not going to trim it. I'm not going to glue this or anything on the back. Okay, I'm going to make it shorter at first, and then pull it out a little bit. There we go. And then, I mean, literally, it's just like that. That is super cute. Look how good that turned out. That cherry really pops, and it's perfect for apples. Oh, you know what we could do real quick? Hold, please. Y'all, I love doing this, okay? It makes me feel fancy. That gives it the finishing touches, I think. It's perfect. Just a white pasta pen. It's all you need. Oh yeah, that does it. So you can comment Apple right here to get all the stuff to make this yourself. Okay, anywhere from 10 to 20 inches. And I love you all so, so much. Thank you for joining me. I will see you tomorrow night. Good night.